In this time of economic uncertainty, the pet care industry has seen some major growth. This may not be a surprise to some, considering the special place that pets hold in the hearts of their owners. We met some pet care professionals who told us how they turned their passion for animals into booming businesses.
It's a $45 billion industry that has continued to grow despite economic turmoil.
I started Camp Bow Wow because I considered my dogs part of the family.
We're talking about pet care.
These are our furry children.
I can't walk down the street without saying hi to every dog. People think I'm nuts, but I don't care.
Nuts, maybe. But these four entrepreneurs have been able to do something so many aspire to. Turn the thing they love the most into their job.
I always had this idea in the back of my head. I'm a big animal activist. I love animals. I've always wanted to work with animals and open up my own business with the dogs.
While the goal for all of them was the same, to care for and work with pets, their paths to getting there were quite different. Diane LaFemina is the owner of Camp Bow Wow in Staten Island, New York. She had been a New York City paramedic, but left her job to work with dogs. Since Diane had little formal business experience, she decided a franchise was the safest investment.
They have the knowledge, they have the background, they have the experience. They make the road a lot easier.
You get the support of all the franchisees. So we have a couple hundred franchisees out there that are going through the same thing you are, and you get to share stories and experiences.
Heidi Ganal did just the opposite of Diane. She is the CEO of Camp Bow Wow, a company she founded 10 years ago and then, based on its success, developed a franchise model. There are now more than 100 Camp Bow Wow franchisees around the country.
You have access to a lot of different vendors and suppliers that we've worked with for many years. And we also have a training team that works with our franchisees to train them on dog behavior.
Jordan Kaplan, owner of Petaholics, has a staff of 20 that works with dogs, cats, and all kinds of other creatures around New York City.
We do birds, rabbits, iguanas. I had something called a cotamundi once. All kinds of things. You'll be surprised what people have as pets.
He works from a virtual office and says as a small business unencumbered by corporate rules, he's able to provide very personal care.
I thought a service like mine would be a great addition to the marketplace. And I saw a lot of people were just offering what I call the Walmart of pet care, which is large groups of dogs being walked at 10 to 15 dogs at once. And I felt like a more individual service could be given to pet owners that were looking for that.
Abraham Mimi has also decided to run his business, Pup Culture, as a standalone operation.
When it comes to this kind of business, it's really a very personalized business, and to make it a franchise just, as like one size fits all. And I feel like when I'm not here, people say, oh, where is Abraham?
While these entrepreneurs all employ very different business models, they all face a common challenge. Caring for pets requires a dogged determination.
There's a preconception this is fun, easy, and glamorous. It can be fun, but I don't think by any means it's easy or glamorous. This is a 24/7 job. It's not paperwork where you can leave it on the desk till tomorrow.
You really have to be able to work and put yourself 100%. Be willing to work hard.
And because so much business comes from word of mouth, it's imperative to make sure your clients, and in particular their owners, are happy.
The market is there, but if you're expecting to make back your money immediately, then you're just fooling yourself. Your camp is what you put into it. Like with any business, it's what you put into it.
Alfred Edmond and Gene Marks are back with us again. All right, I love how the guy was like, people think this is glamorous. That did not look glamorous to me. Fun, yes, not glamorous.
Let's make a quick joke. It's a rough business, right?
It is.
Get it? Rough as in, barking and roughing.
Got it.
That's why I'm not a comedian.
Anyhow, it's interesting, though, because even as the economy dipped, pet business did okay. And it's amazing how much people...
There's two reasons. One was mentioned. Pets are like family,
right,
and you don't throw your family out necessarily just because times are tough. But the other thing is a psychological and emotional thing. In periods of high anxiety, pets bring comfort. It's one of the greatest way to have comfort. And unlike kids, they don't grow up until you don't have a clue.
Right.
They stay kind of kids even as they get older.
The other thing I thought was so interesting was how many ways you could get into this. So we had a franchisor, we had a franchisee, we had two standalone people, one who seemed like, he was really doing a one-to-one, another guy who had a business, but
right. You can, and it's funny, I did a column on somebody, guy that runs a gas station, another guy that runs a dry cleaners, and just these people that are running their pet businesses, and whatever angle that you take, if you do a good job and you're committed to it and you're into it, recession or not, it doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be sexy, you can make money at doing it. And those people that were all profiled, they were successful because they were into what they were doing. And they gave it 100%.
And they were giving a personal service. I mean, what's so interesting also about this is it is so much about the personal service.
Well, you're caring for living things.
Right.
I mean, this is not a car or, your landscaping. It's one of the things that requires a lot of commitment. It's why it's 24 hours.
Right.
But there are living things with so many different needs, and there's so many different services you can provide. So it pays off to be really into
There's one other thing else. I don't know if they would have been successful like in the 1950s. Times
There's
change.
an obsession with pets, certainly.
Generations change, and these guys saw this as the opportunity, and they went for it. So I give them a lot of credit about that. Again, if you're going to start up a business or operate a business, the timing's got to be right as well. And I think they're in the right timing.
Absolutely. A booming business.